Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a very late stream because I've had a glitch here and I've had a glitch with these. So these are not going to update today because that script isn't working and I don't know why. By all accounts, it should be working perfectly fine and it is not and I don't know why. So that's cool. Yeah, we'll be playing the remaster of Warcraft 1 because it's a lot easier to stream, among other reasons. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're playing Third Birthday. Third Birthday. So, this is the third Parasite Eve game. Now, if you remember, we played Parasite Eve 1. Wasn't very impressed. Story was fine. Actually, okay, before I start going to this, let me look at the thank you list, because it's a very large list. So, shoutouts and thank you to O40I2, Oculus 46JKJK, A Puff of Logic, Ace, Akechi, Asiller27, Adam D. Rupe, Adam Mace, Adam Memnon, Adrian C., Agrim76, Eric, Akira Kurusu 5, Alex Avery, Alex Kusina, Alex Harper, Asmira Star, Ben One Eye, Blade Traval, Blue Dragon EXE, Bragwin, Ceases, Ceiling Fan 732, Man and Conquer 2, Creamy Cream, DW Daniels, Darkrai 69, Echtklug, Irime, Elizar, Equalitas, Javan, Game Geek 5698, Jesse's Mask, Jesse Ward, Judo Joker, Kara White Noise, Lord Haramont, Malachor 8, Mini Bees, Morganite Skies, Nightwing, Offshore Twitch account, Off the Deeper End, Oxymoron PL, Rama 962, Ramble RHP, Rayved, Razor Carito 350, R Spruce, S.A. Ross, Saber for Wife, Sakage, Seraphim Altaniel, Shadow Machine, Ten-Headed Hydra, The Crow, Tiny Hippo 270, Trihexia 007, Vendalia 1998, Venters 616, Woo! Walker 02, Wenlock, Little One, Tamaz EXE, Doom Rider 56, the person who put this game on the list, which is Mr. Red, and our majority shareholders, which include Alex Corbianiki, I gotta peruse those, man. Pancakes, Pokemibo, Savicom, Technos World, and Valerian. Okay, that's the full list. Well, first of all, I wouldn't call the 2D Ninja Gaiden's awful games, but I suppose we'll see when I get there. Second of all, yeah, that's a hell of a list. Second of all, Ninja Gaidens are in the NES block. Third of all, my camera glitched. That's just, whatever. Nothing I can do about it. Nothing I can do it. So, why don't we go ahead? Oh, actually, you know what I could do? Really quick. Is I could get interrupted by Trayfin right at the last second from behind with a steel chair. Let's lower this down here. This might actually help with that. Let's just do that real quick. Thank you, Traven. Always appreciate it. Yeah, the awful block was kind of an impromptu block. It wasn't like every awful game ever. So the answer for why any awful game isn't in the awful block is because it wasn't in a massive block. It was always intended to be just a small little crumpling of games that we knew were not going to score very well. Like Warrior 5 Mercenaries, Donkey Kong, Bonanza, and Factorio. You got it. Thank you, Draken. So, as I was saying, the Parasite Eve came out, and frankly, I wasn't very impressed with Parasite Eve. We played it, we reviewed it. It had a lot of PS1 JRPG problems combined with trying to push the envelope on how action games worked, and it was a PS1 game. And no offense to the many, many people who love PS1 games, but if there's one defining hallmark of the PS1, it's that they were trying things that were very ambitious that the hardware was incapable of doing, which leads to a particular vibe, especially for early PS1 games, especially from Square, as we saw recently as we have covered Xenogears and Chrono Cross within just the last few months. So, Parasite Eve was like, you're... I think that's a plane on Falkenstein. They're flying really low if that's a plane. Oh, they're gone. Anyways, so. Okay, they're gone. They're gone. Whatever it was, they're gone. So Parasite Eve was whatever. Then Parasite Eve 2 came out and ended in a fairly like a conclusive kind of way. I'm not going to completely spoil it, but long story short, at the end of Parasite Eve 2, Aya ended up adopting Eve. Because Eve is at that point in a young girl who I think was like 3 years old or something like that. It's almost like it's going to be her 3rd birthday. And she's... I don't know, it's weird. It's very strange, but whatever. They defeat the villain. It turns out their own organization is evil and corrupt, and they're cool. Okay, cool. Then years pass, right? So, before I go any further, I want to mention something really quick. I bet money that everyone in chat right now is not aware of this fact. But we've actually covered this game before. And when I say we, I'm really putting the royal into that we, because this is, no joke, the 4th game I have ever covered on this show. I know, it should have been the 3rd game. That would have been great. But it was Dragon Age 2, which was pure text, actually, when this was just a blog. Immediately after that was Star Fox 64 3D on 3DS, Ni no Kuni, and then 3rd Birthday. I picked up this game when it came out because I actually was just hungry for PSP games, and because the PSP was a great console, or handheld, I suppose. And so I loved playing stuff on the PSP. I played the crap out of Dissidia and Kingdom Hearts and all kinds of other fun stuff. The GTAs, you know, fun stuff. So when 3rd Birthday came out, I picked it up. I was like, yeah! Oh. So this is not my first rodeo with this game. My first Lamentation. So you're probably wondering, well, hang on. But it was on the PS1 and the PSP. That's a hell of a gap. Yeah, it's actually about a 10-year gap. Nomura. Yes, that Nomura is the main person who was really pushing... No, Shadow Machine. Is the main one who was really pushing this game. He really wanted to go back to Aya. He really wanted to do another Parasite Eve game, just to have the chance to work with Aya. Now, this is actually funny, because you're thinking, it's his fault this game is the way it is. No, he barely worked on this game. You've probably heard me say this before, but the way games get made is someone in a suit makes it their mission to get their game greenlit and then get the resources it needs in order to be able to get made, right? The asshole in a suit, right? Now, that varies a little bit, but that's pretty much the consistency. Is someone somewhere in the executive area has to fight for your game, otherwise your game does not exist. This is the actual reason why insert franchise you like hasn't had a game in X years. That's not a joke, by the way. This is the reason we haven't had any Mega Man games or Breath of Fire games or Ogre Battle games or whatever you want to think of it, right? And yeah, exactly, Von Falkenstein. So someone in a suit somewhere doesn't care about your IP, so your game is not. So Nomura was the guy in the suit for this one. So he's like, yeah, let's make this. I really want to make this game. And he pushed, and he pushed, and he pushed. And they finally acquiesced, and they put Tabata in charge. Interesting choice. And it's like, okay. The thing is, you're probably thinking, well, why was Nomura pushing for it if he can't even work on it? Well, he was a little busy at the time. Kingdom Hearts series was kind of like zooming through its main years right now. Kingdom Hearts 2 and Birth by Sleep and 358 and Recoded were basically all being worked on at the same time at this point in history. So yeah, he was a little busy. He was off doing his thing and you know, killing his lifespan. So their original idea was, why don't we go ahead and make this part of our mobile stuff? Mobile games are the future. This is like 2006, by the way. To be very clear about this for just a second, some of you probably don't even remember this, but Square actually had I don't want to say a strong, but they had a regular thing where they would release, this is a little bit too exciting of a song. Let's just switch down to this. They had this thing where they would release, they would do episodic game stuff, and you would download an episode onto your phone and then play it, and it was really threadbare stuff. But there were several games and several IPs that they did that on the phones. Yeah, After Years did that too. It was a fairly common thing. So they were just going to make this another one of those. But pretty early on in development, they said, no, we want to make this, we want to push the limits of what else? Graphics. So they really wanted the graphics better. It's like, okay, well, how do we do this? I don't know. Why don't we develop it for the PSP, maybe? Oh, that's a good idea. Let's go ahead and do that. So they started working on it for the PS3. No, I didn't misspeak. In fact, Tabata was so busy working on this game. This is actually funny to me. There's another game you may have heard of called Final Fantasy Type Zero, which is being developed at the same time, which almost got canceled because everyone who was working on Type Zero was also working on Third Birthday. And Third Birthday was considered higher priority than Type Zero. Please think about that for a second. So they were falling so far behind that Yoichi Wada, who was actually still in charge of Square at this point in time, said, we need to bring in another team. Now, I think there was a backroom deal here because he reached out to Hexadrive. Now, if you've heard of that company, then congrats, first of all. But that's because they've made a bit of a name for themselves. Now, it's several ex-Capcom devs who got together and have worked on a bunch of titles, usually HD ports or remasters of other titles. Like, for example, they did Wind Waker HD on the Wii U, and they also worked on Type Zero HD and Okami HD. They would later go on to make a game of their own called Final Fantasy 15. Anyways, this is at the beginning of their career. That company has just been formed. This is their second project ever. So Wada reached out to them and said, you're going to help us make Third Birthday so that we can split our teams and also work on Type Zero. Now, this is what I normally would tell you. Like, here was the original ideas, and here's where the story was going, all that kind of fun behind-the-scenes stuff. But the thing is, the making of this game was so tumultuous, and the story and the design documents were changing so rapidly, that it's hard to estimate which individual piece of which interview is referring to which part of the development cycle. They changed their mind so many times in the creation of this game. So this isn't like Chrono Cross, where I can clearly delineate and say there's the original game that they wanted to make. There's the game that had Radical Dreamers tacked on, and then there's the game that had Chrono Trigger tacked on, right? It's very clear cut. In this case, it's more like a string of 15 things. I'm not even exaggerating. They could not make up their mind about what they wanted the game to be. In fact, it wasn't even originally a Parasite Eve sequel, even though it starred Aya. But then, they really wanted Aya in a wedding dress. So they had to have Aya in the game. I'm not actually joking, by the way. That was the impetus for that. So then they're like, okay, well, we need to connect this to Parasite Eve. So Eve was added, but originally she was going to be this other thing, and then she was removed from the game, and it's just... You'll see as we go through this that while the gameplay might be fine, the story is going to be the element that drags this story down. Or the score down, excuse me. Anyways, this is a good time to mention that one of the primary thrusts, deliberate word choice of this game was for it to be as sexy as possible. In fact, some of you probably remember this. This game, if you've been checking Twitch, it's actually rated M for mature because of the clothing damage mechanic. And this is a direct quote. Players might purposely make Aya take more damage just to see more of her body. This was a mandate. There's a shower scene in this game because they really wanted to emphasize Aya's sexuality. Once again, direct quote. Anyways. It was a whole thing. They really wanted to sex it up, and it's just... Yeah, the funny thing is, Aya's perfectly hot as is. You don't really need to do anything, but no. Clothing damage. I should also mention, and I do mention this on purpose, this game was being developed alongside Final Fantasy XIII. Now, you're probably thinking, what's the significance of that? So, one of the mandates, as we'll talk about when we get there, for Final Fantasy XIII was to make all of the cast as sexy as possible. If you ever wondered why they look like models in FF13, I know you could say that about several FFs. No, I mean like they look like they were directly meshed and textured off of real life models, and it's because they were, and it's because they wanted them to look sexy. It was a thing. I don't know where this came from, by the way, to be very clear. So, I'm not sure where this mandate was coming from. Don't worry, this mandate won't go away anytime soon. After all, we've still got the Xenoblades to get to. But anyways, thank you, Vancity. Always appreciate. I will put that towards dealer's choice. Give me a second. Yeah, Rick Berman reached out. I was like, I don't think Lightning's sexy. No. No, the woman I can't even think of the name of. The Dragoon lady, much more attractive. Anyways, 13 Paranoid Android. Although it probably spilled over to 15 as well, because as we all know, 15 was 13, if you remember. Also Type 0, while we're on the subject. But I'm getting off topic. Anyways, one last note before we actually jump into the game proper. So, Yoko Shimomura, who, if you don't know, she's a composer and she's awesome. She did the music for Parasite Eve. It's actually some really cool songs, which I didn't even realize were from that game. And she was going to be tapped to work on this, and she was like, no, I'm not going through an Uematsu. This is not a joke. So Uematsu was, obviously, he was burnt out by the creation of FF5, specifically. And so FF6 was going to be his final game. That revitalized him. Then he got burnt out again, making 8 and 9, and he backed away from composing. And while he is still composing, he's never done that level of composing again. And Shimomura was like, nah, because she was in the middle of, and this is true, these are the soundtracks she was making while this game was in development. Heroes of Mana, Mario & Luigi 3, Bowser's Inside Story, Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, and Radiant Historia. She had a lot on her plate, is what I'm trying to say. If you remember, this is almost immediately after the era we've talked about several times with Xenogears and Chrono Cross, where Square was churning. And I don't have a better... Churning, to be very clear. I don't have a better way to put that. Square was just absolutely shoveling products out the door. And I've seen several interviews of people who worked on several of these projects who have all agreed on the same thing, which was burnout. Anyways, so this game came out amidst that. Oh, by the way, this game didn't actually come out until like 2010. Just to add to that. But without further ado, let me go ahead and kill the music here. Pull this up here, so I've got this ready to go. Okay. Watch, this is when my controller's going to die. I actually tested it last night, but we all know how that works. This needs to be back more. Sorry. Oh, by the way, everyone who knows the story of this game, please keep your lips zipped. As a reminder, well, let's just say that they're not going to actually explain anything until, like, the last mission. Yeah, so not impressed with this opening cinematic. Like, a bunch of weird nonsense, way over-edited. Like 5 other people near us, who I didn't write down their names. Hi, Adam Suda. Yep, we got a soul dive. We'll talk about that when we get there. Oh yeah, these are all just shots from the game, too. There's tons of them, too. Here you go. Mitsudo Suzuki. There's another one. Absolutely, Czar. It's incredible. Although I wouldn't call it CGI because it's actually not CGI. This was 2010, I'm pretty sure. Could someone do me a favor and check when Metroid Other M came out? Third birthday. See, because it looks like a B. Isn't that 2010? What do you know? Anyway, so I'm already going to argue for a negative. That is not a great opener.
Tonight is Christmas Eve, and the snow should last until morning. The skies are presenting New York City with a white Christmas. The holiday season brings a change of scenery, as office workers are out of their suits and in festive outfits. With the latest
Mommy?
Maryland's
What is it, dear? Do you want to go home?
comfortable Christmas.
There's been a fire on 52nd. Casualties are being sent off. 10-4. What's your location?
Probably went long. I get it.
It's coming down!
This is within the first few seconds, as a reminder. Look, this is the opening opening cutscene here.
Oh, God!
Heading out.
This is also when shaky cam was getting really big in Hollywood.
The police are working to identify the creatures that are terrorizing Manhattan. Although we have no concrete evidence, there are concerns.
It looks like countless roofs are emerging from the ground. Here's the situation in Manhattan.
Rescue teams are struggling to locate survivors, as roads are being destroyed and buildings are collapsing all around. Residents are currently evacuated, but New York
What is this?
no one knows if this is something
The ocean!
This is a good time to mention this game was actually extremely expensive. Like, this was basically a prestige title that was intended to bring back the Parasite Eve franchise. For those of you not aware, this is the last Parasite Eve game. You can make of that whatever you want.
I just got word from the Seismic Institute. They've confirmed this is not an earthquake of any sort. Roger that. From here on out, we'll refer to it as the Babel.
What the hell is that?
Rated M for mature. Oh yeah, it's episodic because again, it was originally a phone game. I am Bray, CTI Special Agent.
Watch closely. Knowing your enemy will make your job easier.
Hyde Bohr, Chief of CTI Overdrive Investigator.
I said easier.
I didn't respond, dude.
Sir, my mission?
Rally with the National Guards and aid in the destruction of the Big Ore.
Yes, sir.
Now I know how a father feels in this kind of situation. No soldier has seen the heart of the Babel and come back to tell his tale.
Thelonious Cray.
Well, you know the basics. Now, let's see how you do.
I didn't know you had a daughter.
For all you know, I don't.
Okay, got it. Back to work. Reprogramming codes, I can do. But you're the only one who can reprogram the past.
Awkward exposition.
Do it for all of us. Well, what do you say, Aya?
Dr. Blank!
She doesn't need any more pressure. Is that understood? During an overdrive, if your soul dies, you can't return to your body.
Awkward exposition.
Technically, you die. You need to stay on your toes at all times.
Like, what is this dialogue?
So, you're sending a rookie, huh? That's comforting.
Someone do me a favor and look up when Advent Children came out.
Everything we know is at stake here. The ever-expanding research budget, overall safety of the planet, every last thing.
Doesn't fight. Oh, wow. I just mentioned it because I'm wondering if that's part of why this dialogue is absolute garbage. This is really bad. Like, this is bad exposition. This is nonsensical sentence structure. This is things you would never say in, like, a sane and sensible situation. Like, this is the kind of stuff I would expect in a horror game where people are being nonsensical on purpose, right? Yeah, exactly, Winlock. The words are in English, but... Remember, giant boobs. Sorry. Why did she transform to that guy? Weren't you listening? It's over. It's Soul Drive. Okay, pause. Okay, so... let's give several negatives immediately, because that was terrible. Listen, Arcyanville, you're thinking too much about it. Now, if there's anything that's going to salvage this game, it's the gameplay. I mentioned this earlier. I don't remember the gameplay. I remember the story very well. I was actually reciting the story from my beloved sister literally yesterday. And let me tell you, that was fun. Ooh, cheat codes. Okay, so what we got? Invert. A test now. Whoops, that's not okay. So that's grenade. Okay, so R is shoot.
Aya, can you hear me? You're in the past.
Good to know.
The overdive device sent your conscience there.
The sacrifice incident from a year ago. It's the area where the Babel appeared.
God dang it.
In case you're wondering, you're inside a National Guard, Aya, but your body is still inside the CTI building.
We're inside an... Could you phrase that differently? I just... Oh, no, there's a lot of sexualization in the voice acting here. Remember, the whole goal, this is a mandate, was to as sexy this up as much as possible.
We're going to get you started. Blank will navigate you. Don't forget that you're in a war zone.
Yeah, you're in.
The troops involved in the sacrifice incident were annihilated. It's been reported that they ran into some enormous twisted called Reapers.
I can tell you one thing. They're gonna be a huge pain.
First, we need to get our hands on any information we can.
Isn't
The
this?
final goal is to destroy the Babel's core, the big orb.
Okay, that was an accident. I apologize. That was literally me resting my hand. I forgot I had fast forward bound to a thing. Anyways.
The Twisted are approaching.
Oh, jeez. I'm not ready. So here's our enemy of the week. I mean, I am using the pea shooter, but yeah. Yeah, gunshot sounds are whatever. That's what I would call that. Oh yeah, no, it's very relevant. I agree. Okay, what's with this blue flare? Is that the game, or is that like my screen?
Keep transferring from vessel to
Nope, that's the game.
Maintain an advantage during battle.
What the hell is that? Yeah, there's... For just a second, I actually thought that was just... Because I got a window right here, right? But no, there's no light from my window coming in. Why is that there? What purpose does that serve? Claimed your body.
Listen up, Aya. There are things for you to find out there. You can use them as shields. Overdive near those objects to avoid getting hit while fighting. Got it?
Okay, hold on. Okay, yeah, that had to have been a bug, because it's just weird. Okay, whatever. Okay, I'm just gonna let that go. Anyways, yeah, so it's I also want to call it overdrive because that makes a degree of sense.
Enemy up ahead.
Considering the whole idea is that we are driving a person, like that's what we're literally doing, is we're driving their body. But no, it's actually called overdive because that makes the least sense possible. What am I diving over? Again, does not make sense. Once again, overdrive makes a bit of sense because we are overriding them and we are driving them. We're not overdiving anything. We're not diving over anything. In case you didn't hear that. Oh god, we got another error. Do you see it at the bottom of the screen? Do you see it? What the hell? Oh, and it's still there too. Also, I love the idea that these people are just watching me jump back and forth between their bodies, and I'm just like, oh, it's bigger! It's bigger! It's bigger! Okay, now it's smaller. Now it's on the left. Now it's on the right! Ah! Now it's way on the right. Yeah, memory dive would actually make more sense. Or past dive, or, you know, something. Because, yeah, we're diving into the past. Because we can body hop.
An area where a lot of people lost their lives in battle. Look at all those Twisted.
I guess it's your turn, Craig.
All right, rookie. You have no chance taking them head on. Overdive to the enemy's blind spots and kill them all.
I'm going in. Shoot!
So you can control the other guys, which is cool. Yeah, now we're just gonna do it in the middle of the screen.
If enemies are giving you trouble, go ahead and use crossfire. It'll make all nearby soldiers focus on the target you want them to take out.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to... Sure, whatever. Switch weapons? I figured out earlier. Oh, there we go, there we go. Okay, okay. There we go.
It's time to retaliate. Use overdrive kill. I'll allow it.
You'll allow it?
About Aya's condition.
Just do it.
Overdive kill is a powerful attack that allows you to dive into an enemy and implode it from inside. Catch the enemy off guard, and you'll do massive damage.
Why do we have jiggle physics? Like, I'm sorry to comment on something like that, but like, think about how small this screen would be. No, like, for real, okay? Let's assume for a moment that you like boobs, which is cool. I like boobs. Boobs are great. But, like, you can't see the jiggle. Like, you can barely tell they're moving there. Like, that is literally a waste of programming code. Or a waste of... Oh, God, I can't word. It's a waste of hardware. It's a waste of the resources on the PSP to emulate that, right? Those are cycles that could be going towards literally anything else. I'm not even gonna get into the reality, but let's just ignore it. Like, again, let's say we're down with the boob. It's not gonna do anything.
Focus on the target.
We did it! The National Guards are regaining ground.
Yep, the National Guards.
Keep going.
Her vitals are irregular. We need to get her back.
No. Keep going. Changing the past might change the outcome of future battles. You got it, Aya?
Oh my God, changing the past might change the future. Keep in mind, by the way, I'm on a screen like this big, so it's a little more obvious to me, right? But that's exactly my point. Even on my screen, it's like this. Just barely. Like... Oh, that could be Jalix. Maybe it's like keyframed, right? And it's just... They're just going with a default jiggle template. Just... Hi, Lord Irma. I've got a weapon now. Level up. I'm not sure what levels do in this game, actually. We'll have to figure that out. So instead of just being wasteful, it's just completely pointless. Look at my aim on this.
Aya, use Liberation.
Guess there's no other option.
Liberation eradicates anything withholding your powers, while greatly improving your reflexes.
But there's a huge risk involved. It drains your energy, so if you're attacked when it's over, you won't have the strength to...
You can do this.
And yeah, I've played my PSP on a TV before, so I can personally confirm that. You're probably thinking, oh, what'd you play on your TV? Final Fantasy Tactics. Shut up.
Here comes the second wave!
And this is our chance. We haven't been able to change the past using Overdrive. Now's the time to show everyone that it's possible.
Is there like a switch? There we go.
Now's your chance.
Right. Finish them off with Overdive Kill.
Oh, this isn't a Parasite Eve game. This is very generic. Like, if you've played any... So, there were a lot of third-person action shooters that came out about this era on pretty much everything. PC, consoles, etc. Handhelds. This is those.
We have enemy coordinates. Aya, go.
Even the music's already gotten old. What the hell? I mean, I wasn't very big on Parasite Eve 1, but at least the music was legit. I know. Oh, hey, it's the cinematic from the opening. Clothing damage. They're called Twisted, by the way. No guesses as to why.
That's enough. Mike, begin ascent.
Roger that. This data we got is awesome.
Good work, Aya.
I killed a soldier. No. Oh God, Savacom, you have no idea. So let's start giving out some negatives while we're here. It does look very anime, and I don't mean that as a positive thing. Some of you remember, I forced myself out of this habit. I used to use anime as an adjective, as a derogatory adjective specifically, and I had to stop doing that because a lot of people correctly pointed out that it was kind of nonsensical to do that. It was like saying, "Oh, this is such a book game," right? It doesn't work. But this is what I meant. In fact, around when this game came out was just like late aughts, was about when I started using the word anime as an insult word, and it was to describe stuff like this. Obviously, I've been exposed to a lot more anime since then, and obviously there's plenty of good anime, but like this weird, nonsensical, barely explained, people don't act like human beings nonsense. That's what we're in for. So. Well, yeah, Jalix Brown, but not as an insult, right? It's funny that you say that because you could also say a movie game, which actually is a thing now. So, yeah, low quality generic anime. That's a little more descriptive. I've also called it weird for weird's sakes before, because that broadens it a bit. Okay, so we've got bad tutorialization. Let's see. Controls are not great. So we'll think about a single negative for that. I've seen worse, but not super great. Music is already bothering me. We'll put a question mark by that. There was a tutorial. It would be like, here's how you do this specific combination. And then the text would go away. It's like, it's the fascinating combination. So, you know, I hate tutorials where it's just a big text box, right? But I also hate games where the text box, like, grabs control from the player and forces you, oh god, it is, Rex, and forces you to only do the thing it's tutorializing. That's like the worst for me. But there's like a weird kind of like combination of the two, because the text shows up and it's pure text, and then it goes away pretty quickly if you were paying attention. It's like, here's what you do. Okay. Make sure to press this button combination. Okay, we're good. No, it's not repeating it. Shut up. All right. Now, I should say really quick, there are skippable cutscenes. I just mentioned this. First of all, I did some tests last night. But second of all, there's actually an interview by Tabata who flat out says that he was very upset that they didn't add skippable cutscenes to Crisis Core, also on the PSP. Something about that just amused me tremendously, that a developer, a director in this case, was like, oh my god, we didn't add skippable cutscenes. What's wrong with us? And so they explicitly added skippable cutscenes to this game just to bypass that problem. So, no negative for that. Okay, yeah, exactly, Arcane Vale. Bingo. It's just, it's kind of refreshing, if that makes any sense, because I almost never see a developer speak out about skippable cutscenes. Like, almost all of the topics I've talked about over a decade of analyzing game design, someone at some point has brought up, right? You know, directors, developers, programmers, designers have at least sat down and said, oh, you know, this or all roads leads to Rome or core combat or good interface design, blah 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 blah. But almost nobody talks about skippable cutscenes. This is like one of the first times I've seen someone say, we need to have skippable cutscenes. It's just gratifying, you know. Anyways. It could be, Rex. It is admittedly somewhat rare that we encounter a game that has unskippable cutscenes, except in this one era, right about from 1995 to about 2005. No, it does make sense, as I am wont to point out repeatedly. Um, I'm sorry, what, Judith? Warcraft 3 was so committed to skippable cutscenes that they had to manually make every cutscene in the game skippable. They had to add a script manually for every cutscene in the game to make them skippable because they were that committed to that concept. Because that's how you did it, right? Like there weren't really good ways to skip cutscene. In earlier games, the way you skipped is you mashed, right? In FF4 on the SNES specifically, the way you skip a cutscene is you just mash the face pad and it just buzz saws through it. Right, viscerality. That's the other one. Correct. Possible cutscenes. Actually, yeah, Jelix Brown. one of the things, that I actually enjoy about the Kingdom Hearts games from, I believe, 2 onwards, is the fact that you can frickin' pause the cutscene and then skip. It's actually weird how rare that is as a feature in a game. Anyways. What's the most recent category for positive and negative rated? I believe that would be seconds and minutes, which technically isn't a new category, but I added a new column for it. What else could that be? We haven't added a column really in a long time. I'm just looking over the stuff right now. I'm looking at the audit sheet really quick. Wait, you can do something? Well, we split up. Oh, yeah, song. Song is probably the most recent category. You're right. I was going to say, because we originally had Brickwork, which was visual storytelling, Brickwork, and Sprite Work, and Doodads were all the same thing. Now, we were always covering all those. I just split those up into 4 columns to be more clear about it. But yeah, I think song is the most recent actual category we have. Anyways, back to the game. A new weapon is available for purchase. Okay. Can I go? Can I go? Okay. A Brave New World, Episode 1. Don't worry, this isn't a super long game. Oh, it'll be too long. But imagine if this was like 30 minutes, you know? And by 30 minutes, I mean 30 hours. I cannot talk lately. So we're in jail, of course. That's the most realistic jail I've seen in a while because your bed is just a slab of metal.
That dream again.
That's true, by the way. It is just a slab of metal. It actually causes physical damage to your body to sleep on it. Nope, she has a cushion. Never mind. Unrealistic. She has a wedding ring.
Who are you, really? I just...
You were having that dream again, weren't you?
Is there another mission?
The boss is gone. And the FBI branch? They're gone as well.
Are you sure?
You're no longer under observation. We're moving you out of the cell into a room. This way.
That's not necessary.
I'm just looking out for you. You need to rely on me a little more. Do you think you'll be able to do something like that?
What?
I'd rather not.
What is this dialogue?
Stop being so hard on yourself. I don't know if you realize this, but you don't need a past in order to have a future.
By definition, yes you do. If you never were, you cannot be. That's how that works. Let's talk about linear time. Oh, it's doing it again! Look! It's doing it again on the screen. What? Okay, I'm not going to dig the game. That's clearly an emulator error, but what the crap? Okay, hold up. I just thought of something that might have been positive. I've lost it. That was it. question mark there. It's an emulator error. I don't know what it is. I really don't know. I guess I could Google it. Like, sure, let's just see. Oh. Hey, here we go. That's a good point. Savicom's right. Okay, so it looks like I'm not the only one having the issue. That's good. That's good. What? Okay, so one of the developers, this is last year, by the way, very recently, one of the developers of PPSSPP, the emulator I'm using, actually personally responded to this exact bug for this exact game. And when I say bug, I mean, it's deliberate. To explain this, the ghosting that's happening there is intended. The emulator is accurately emulating what the game is telling it to do. Now, there's probably something else that's supposed to be happening after that in order to, like, get rid of it or fade it away, whatever, but it is apparently supposed to be there. There is possibly a way to just stop emulating that aspect of the render. Let's see if I could... What is this music? Let me see if I can fix that. Give me a sec, give me a sec. I gotta remember the settings. Right, I hate this kind of settings system. Alright, okay, looking for something specific. Look, loader. It's symbolic. Here we go, upscaling. Maybe? No? Hang on. So we should be doing that also while we're here. But like, okay. Oh God. Does this answer your question, Cycloud? This makes the jiggle physics even more confusing. Okay, okay. This is yeah, this is the thing. Hang on, let's Now I'm curious. So we had it set to auto. Do 10. Oh yeah. Beautiful. There have been 2 actually, Loner. I actually don't like this at all. Hang on, give me 1 sec. Let me go back to auto. Yeah, I'm curious too. I don't actually remember that being there. And again, I've played this game on my PSP. Auto. Turn that on over here. Yeah, no, I feel like it's supposed to be like kind of a HUD thing, you know? And it's just not. Let's see what that does. Well, that changed it. Okay. So go back to that. It did change. It's different. All right. Hang on. Hey. We'll see if this breaks anything else as we go. Now it's just not rendering that.
I'm sending you to the direct location of the sacrifice incident that took place approximately 1 year ago. You're going to be focusing on taking out the Babel.
Yes, sir.
The goal of your mission is to destroy the big orb within the Babel. This is said to be the core, or the main organ of the Babel. The heart that keeps it alive.
I understand.
Once that's done, it shouldn't be long before the Babel destroys itself.
Yes, sir.
If you get to the Babel soon after it spawns, there's a good chance it can be destroyed. It's just a chance. It's the best we've got.
And if we fail?
Then we're all dead.
Let's just say, our future will be very bleak.
That's such a wonderful line reading. Let's just say, our future will be very bleak. To my knowledge, yes, sir. Probably yes, Stormmage Felix. Okay. Sure. I'm just gonna upgrade the pea shooter because it's the infinite ammo gun. And of course, I'm going to... Requires handgun level 2. I know, right? That's like... I'm awake. No, I'm here. Oh yeah, let's get some protective gear. That actually increases my defense. Wow. I put on a jacket. Not really Arcane Veil, but like core mechanics can obviously be bad, so that could be it. Here's our genetic data to acquire and enhance Over Energy. Over Energy is a special ability Aya unleashes during battle. It can have various effects. What did mitochondria have to do with all this? Alright, so what am I looking at? Okay, so we've got like... I really don't like that. I don't like getting subs from 2 Basemaster. I don't. Doesn't feel good. Thank you for 3 years of support to Basemaster. I'll put that anniversary sub towards some things if you give me a second. Triangle, strategy, tyranny, and fire emblem, 3 houses. Done. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna use my mitochondria to shoot guns to do more damage. To make my guns do more damage. I don't know. I am the wrong person to ask this. Okay, so hang on. There's something wrong with my game, and I hate it, and I need to fix it. It's doing this weird thing that I hate, that a lot of emulators do. I gotta find the option and destroy it. Might be this. Let's just do that. See if that helps, first of all. Oh, that's so much better. It's that thing where it, like, turns the text into clay. You know what I'm talking about, right? It was actually added as a feature like 15 years ago to Survival Element, like a SNES emulator, and it spread like wildfire from them, and I hate it. Yeah, but it's gone. It's gone. Okay, so boost fire. Crossfires are stronger. Constant boost to defense. Life may recover slightly during overdrive. What am I looking at? What is this? What is this? What is any of this? Okay, hang on. So there's... Oh my god, are you kidding me with this? Okay, so if I like do it here... What? DNA mutation, no mutations. OE level, all clear. Okay. Sure, does this do anything? Okay, so now we have healing 3, I think. My god, this is like the... Can I just say really quick, speaking of games that came out in this era, I really hate 358's leveling system. I know that sounds unrelated, but I swear. Anybody who's played the game knows. You know. Move stuff around? I can't. So, like, it's just installed there. I can't move it once it's there. Okay. Do I have other boards? I could barely understand what's happening, and near as I can tell, all I've done is increase the healing I do while overdiving slightly. I'm not even sure if I've actually done anything to get stronger here. What do you want? So we can buy a new handgun. Looks like a revolver, so no. Shotgun, sniper rifle, launcher, and special. I can't even look at them. I don't either, Rex. I haven't even looked at cheats. Trihexia was asking about cheats earlier. I don't know if we have cheats. Train by replaying successfully completed missions. Is there any point in doing that, or is it just to like increase your rank? I guess technically that's a chapter select. You know what chapter select means. Plus to gameplay. I'm gonna look into that later though. Alright, let's just do the next mission. Let's just see what happens. I mean, I'm gonna have to think about that Trihexia, because, yeah, I'm not with it. Twisted appear at the club sacrifice mid-concert on secret military orders. The local National Guard mobilized to rescue the concertgoers. Wait, so the National Guard can deploy to help civilians? I'm sorry. Yeah, she's breasting boobily right now.
The objective is to destroy the Babel's core, the big orb. What is it?
It started.
I was gonna say, you literally know this is the past. You know they're gonna show up here. That's even why you're here, so why are you surprised? Also, I want you to do me a favor, everyone in chat. You see these tentacles that are grabbing people and, like, splooshing them into guts? Do me a favor and remember that, okay? I'm dead serious. I want you to, like, burn that into your brain. for when they explain what the Twisted are. Okay, cool. That's another thing. The military is supposed to be here to be helping these people. You know, which is the military's job. And we're specifically here to help, too. No, it's no. Oh, I think this is our tutorial to clothing damage.
Hurry, run!
What? Gotta have the flower petals. Or blood petals? I don't know. You like how they had this massive cutscene to demonstrate the core mechanic, which we've already done several times before we even get to this scene? Yeah, by the way, this is pre-rendered. So, I don't want to speak ill of FF13, because then Rax will kill me.
Run!
Oh, I get to move. Oh my god. But I gotta say, FF13 is a game I've used. There's actually a specific cutscene in FF13 I've used many times as the example of empty calories cutscenes, right? And I specifically call that out because there was this. So hang on. Square has always been graphics first, going as far back as like the 80s, right? Jesus Christ, what is this music?
What the hell is that?
I like how it says run, and then it's like, kill the giant boss. Okay. Yeah, Rad Racer was a graphics game. Unironically, Final Fantasy 1 was a graphics game. Unironically. That's not a joke, right? No, don't... okay, whatever. Anyways, the reason I bring that up is there's this era of Square, which is right about here, where they were... Like, they finally were able to do the graphics they'd always wanted to do. And everything else kind of sucked for a little bit on the story axis. You know what I mean, right? Like, maybe sucked as being too exaggerative and too diminutive, and for that I apologize. The point is that there was this period of time where graphics became the only thing they cared about.
Backup's on their way. Stay strong.
Yeah, from about 2009 to about 2014, and this game is in that bubble.
Focus on the target.
Like, FF16 is a very high fidelity game, but also has a game and a story under that, right? To use a counter example of them getting out of that.
Backup's here.
Am I the only one who made it? Yeah, FF13, however well it actually is, definitely prioritized the graphics at the expense of other aspects of the game. And I've always pointed to that stupid racing cutscene, that exact cutscene, as an example of empty calories. How many health bars does this thing have? Oh my god. let's use our superpowers to shoot faster.
I'm going in.
So far I'm holding down L. You have to hold down to lock on because the technology to have a static lock on was lost in the N64 era. Occasionally I'll hold down L1 and wait for a second before I hit that button to make my allies shoot it a bunch. Otherwise, I just tap R1. And this is just me moving around to dodge a little bit. I honestly didn't see that attack coming. Whoops. I guess I could switch to this guy.
I'm going in.
There we go. Oh my god, when the triangle pops up, I can tap triangle to do tons of damage. It's Kingdom Hearts. It's what people think Kingdom Hearts 2 is.
Yeah! Go! Keep moving!
Man, sure a good thing there's a bunch of dudes with guns around here we could possess. That's if there weren't. You ever think about that? We jump into some random party goer and it's like, well, shoot. Oh, now I can go into cover. So, Kingdom Hearts 2 is one of those weird games.
Numbers of sections are created as the battle grows.
What?
Either the Twisted or the Orbs have to be destroyed in order for us to move forward.
That was almost dialogue. That's a good question on Earth. Yes! Storm Mage Felix. Yes. Kingdom Hearts 2... Rax could actually talk about this in more depth than I can, because they're more familiar with it. But Kingdom Hearts 2 is one of those games that you don't really need to do much more than, like, you know, do your basic attacks and do your QTs. But there's actually a tremendous amount of depth underneath that. There's a lot that goes on in Kingdom Hearts 2's combat, and it's actually really awesome. And you could... There's a reason why you can do, you know, crazy speed runs and challenge runs in Kingdom Hearts 2, is because the system allows it, right? This is something that we actually talked about back in, say, Tears of the Kingdom, where Tears of the Kingdom can support a run where you just do a no damage run because it is possible with the way the game's designed to avoid every single attack, right? It gets credit for that. It gets credit for the design for that. You don't have to. You can bulk yourself up, but you can dodge everything. Similar concept, right? Yeah, she's breathing easily. She's moaning moanily. I like how we're gaining experience, which feels like does absolutely nothing. In fact, do we have, like, levels? Right, let's check status, maybe. Yeah, we're level 2. What does that mean? Oh, God, and we've got handgun experience and assault rifle experience. You've seen how much I've used my assault rifle so far. Look at how much experience we have in our assault rifle. Oh, my God. It super is Archeon, and not in a good way. I mean, I've played several cover shooters in my life that I actually enjoy. This doesn't appear to be one of those so far. Also, I don't seem to have the ability to go into cover on my own volition. Like, when I pop out of cover, do you see what's happening there? There we go. Okay, never mind. I see what's going on. You just... Oh my god. It's contextual. You're just near a thing, and you just go into cover. You're just in cover by virtue of being there. Yeah, Mass Effect 2. Not too bad. Not too shabby. Modern Warfare 1, Modern Warfare 2. Sure. See, can I, like, cover on the walls? Nope. Designated cover only. This is the first song in the game I've liked. Oh, okay. Hang on. You know, that's a fair point, Plutonium. And I did like Ghost Recon Wildlands, like, general combat. I love how tiny and cloistered every combat zone is, because this is the PSP and it would explode if it needed to have larger... Oh yeah, by the way, fun little factoid. So this game was actually developed for the PS3. I wasn't misspeaking earlier. That was on purpose. They decided to make it for the PS3 and then dumb it down for the PSP. Now, I'm not going to say that was a terrible idea, but that was a terrible idea. What's Sakito done, Rex? Not only that, Blade Jabal. Think about this for a second. They actually bothered to do several of their renders and texture design and the pre-rendered cutscenes for the PS3's level of Revolution. And then they had to obviously dumb that down for the PSP. So that's a fairly large amount of time and effort spent on graphics that we don't even get to see. Oh yeah, someone earlier asked why this came out for the PSP at all. We've actually talked about that recently because we were talking about, I believe it was Trails in the Sky. Yeah, Trails in the Sky was the one that had a similar problem. So for those of you who don't know, or didn't watch my Trails in the Sky run, the PSP was huge in Japan. Like, it was pretty much as big there as the DS is here, right? So a lot of games would come out on the PSP very much on purpose because, you know, that was considered a desirable state for a game to come out on. Like, that was the system to put it out on. Yeah, it was just below the PS2, Blade Jamal. So they were like, oh man, we've got to put this out on the PSP because then everyone will buy it. Remember, this is them trying to reignite the franchise. Oh, that's interesting. So I've been tapping this whole time, right? Right? If you hold down, it does this. Nah, Sony never pushed the PSP. That's actually one of the biggest problems with it. Sony abandoned the PSP. Now, I've never figured out why. As weird as that sounds. Again, usually there's some kind of explanation. Some dude in a suit somewhere hates something or likes something, and that tends to be why stuff happens. Oh, they ruined the Vita. They ruined the Vita.
This is where you can restock.
There are temporary points where you can restock items. Don't forget to pick up the weapons and ammo you need, or you'll end up regretting it.
So, do you mean the drops, or like... There we go. How do they talk to her from the future? That's an interesting question. Is that your wife, sir? She's a white Pomeranian. The love of my life. A dog, sir? Doesn't matter who or what's waiting for you. As long as you have a reason to make it home alive. That's right. And I have.
Hey.
No, not really. I wonder if the other handgun has infinite ammo as well. So that's a... It doesn't actually say, does it? Like, there's no comparison of the revolver. Meh. Whatever. The Vita was actually pretty good on the hardware side of things. It's one of the reasons it sucked that, you know... Save. There we go. It's one of the reasons it sucked that it was so sabotaged. Because the Vita can do some crazy stuff. I will be right back. Okay. Listen, mitochondria are literally magic. Has she been moaning this whole time? I'm sorry. Of course she has.
Who's there?
What is it?
It's a survivor. It's just like my dream.
I'm picking up a giant tremor!
Babel's changing?
Wait!
Destroy the orbs.
Aya, you'll find orbs in this area. They have to be destroyed in order to get to the next area.
How extremely helpful.
There are twisted everywhere.
Who wrote this track? No, for real, for a second. Think about the dialogue we just heard, right? Destroy the orbs. Immediately after that. Aya, there are orbs in this area. If you destroy them, you'll be able to proceed. First of all, we already know that. It has already been demonstrated to us.
Get ready to fire it!
Second of all, why are you saying that twice after already repeating it? Listen, I'm not here to breath shame. Yeah, I know, right? Like, it sounds like they're just reading the notes on the script. I will give them this. Whoops. I will give them this. The brickwork is pretty good. Yes, each shot is a button press. Like, I'm actually pretty impressed with it. It's almost like it's a PS3 game. Except scaled down. I mean, honestly, this is probably what you're seeing on screen is probably what it was supposed to look like on the PS3. Like, if I turn it down to the lack of
Go! Go!
what you fig, you'll see what I mean. Here, check this out. Real quick. Let's turn off any upscaling. Or it. Oh, here we go. Sorry, let's turn off the resolution. There we go. This is a little bit closer to what it would look like on the PSP. But again, the raw data's there. Yeah, no, this is just what the PSP looked like. Hi, Brig. Welcome to the death of eyes. I think the Dragon Quest franchise is awesome. My favorite, I'm not sure about, because I haven't reviewed any of them except for 1, 2, or 3. So clearly it's 2. Okay, I think Savacom's gone. 5 or 11 are most likely the ones that I would put as my favorites. I'm just gonna grab that real quick. So, really quick, I gotta, hang on. I'm a little cloistered in here. Thank you, Pillage of Snow, for the sub. Give me a moment, I'll jot that down. I've never played the 2D version, Alex. So, Jedi, Fallen Order, Jedi, sexy moaning. Yeah, it was his shirt, Mr. Ed, not mine. Well, like I said, they pretty much wasted the development time, which mismanagement from Square, I know. But because yeah, they some of this stuff looks really legit if you could present it properly. Jedi Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor, and then the other one was Sonic Adventure. Sonic Adventure. Yeah, the HUD isn't updating. Hopefully, someone can help me figure out what the hell is going on with that. Persona 3R, Dungeon Siege 2, Expedition 33, and a thank you. Thank you, Pillage of Snow, and thank you, Narset. Listen, this dog. No, how's Legion Remix? So, We finally started being able to two-man Mythic Pluses, and they've been extremely worthless. Like, we're going to do them for the achievements, but we're not getting anything out of them. We get way more out of Mythic Raids. You get like 15 artifact power levels out of a Mythic Raid. You get nothing out of a Mythic Plus. It's very strange. Anyways. Let's see. That's it for right now. Sorry, I'm just thinking here. Brickwork, that's what I was thinking. Hey, King Venomui. Moaning sexily. So I'm going to greet everyone who pops in today. You say that, Kara White Noise. I mean, we only got up to 11 last night. I think you can, Mr. Ed, yeah. You are more than welcome to. Oh, yeah, no, I can just turn it off. Each of these is an individual element. I just turn off each element right there. There you go. Boom. Done. So Mythic 20 is our goal for the teleports, which is what we want. And Mythic 40 is the goal for the achievements, which is also a goal. So I guess Mythic 40 is the overall goal. The current record for people, and is probably the soft cap, is Mythic 103. At 103, anything that hits you will kill you instantly.
The survivors.
So you can't take any damage at all. It's Oko mode in WoW.
Behind us. We can't retreat. We're on our way.
For those of you who understand that, think about that for a second. And yeah, we're talking about remix. Yeah, no, white damage will kill you instantly in one hit. No, you just have to kill everything before it hits you, that's all. Which is easier to do than you'd think. But if you're slow by a millisecond, you're dead. Some dungeons don't work correctly because the HP scaling is so wonky that the game starts having trouble running the arithmetic. To use another example of that, at a certain point, you know how damage numbers pop up when you hit something? Those damage numbers can only go up to a certain amount, which is like 570 million or something like that.
Focus on the please help.
What are they seeing when we jump into enemies to kill them, I wonder? No, pretty much, Rax, yeah. It is, like I said, at a certain point, it stops being possible. Like, you start to run into a soft cap of what you can do with the game. And at the moment, that's 103. We're going to be content with 40. We don't need to go that high. Two hours. Wow, Paranoid. That's actually shorter than I was expecting. And simultaneously longer. So, like, for example, I don't know, don't you guys want to enjoy the PSP level graphics? To use another example, one of the dungeons in Legion Remix is supposed to have a boss who... Okay, so let me explain this with made-up numbers, okay? Let's say a boss is supposed to have 10 health, alright? That's how much an end dungeon boss is supposed to have, alright? So, this boss you don't actually defeat by killing her. You defeat her by lowering her health to 80%. So in other words, in order to equivalate that, she has, like, what would that be, 50 health? Well, the thing is, the game starts having trouble keeping track of health once you get above the integer rating, or the integer cap, or whatever it is. 6 billion something, I want to say. So, that boss doesn't work correctly on really, really, really high Mythic Pluses, because even though she technically only has the 10 health, it's still trying to track the other, 80 health, or whatever. Oh, we're nowhere on that, just now. Pax is much higher than me. By the way, for those of you wondering, the final weapon talent skill goes up to 999, at which point it caps. No, it's 64-bit. WoW's been 64-bit for a long time.
We gotta destroy the orb.
As I say, I've been having a hell of a time dragging my ass over the 700 item level marker because I have the worst loot luck, and unlike Pandaria Remix, as I complained about mightily on Saturday, I do not have guaranteed progression. I have to rely on random chance, which sucks. I think it sucks. I mean, it could be worse. It's not like I'm not gearing up at all, but, like, it's very slow. Because I keep getting redundant parts. The good news, that's not even possible in Legion Remix. Yes, Zarp, that's correct. I also said that earlier. This game killed the franchise. It was very expensive, it did not sell well, and it sucked. Do not, please. It's already starting to hurt my hand a little bit. I'm gonna start doing the first thing. I hope so too, Xavier. Yeah, wrong console, wrong everything, really. God, it really is, Rex. Those music shifts are just awful. I'm gonna take over this random civilian here. What? She has better health than the guy I just left. Oh, right. Sorry, Dream Whisperer. Sorry. Wait. No, wait. Okay, there we go. Let's do that. Ah, there we go. Yep, what everyone else is seeing right now is some random civilian with a pistol. Just killing all these things, whatever these are. Things. Powerhouses of the cells, I don't know. Yeah, the whole time Whoever it is just going... What's funny is the leaping between bodies thing is one of the only core mechanics that retained through the entire game. Like, even to the original version of the game, which is going to be on the phones, it was still going to have the body hopping. I don't know what that was going to look like in the original, but... Yes. Oh, you... It shoved me out of the civilian. Did you see that? What the hell? Yeah, that's who we were a second ago, right there. We can now buy a shotgun. Sure. So the assault rifle is Garbo. Let's go ahead and grab the shotty. See if this is worth anything.
She's hurt. I'm sorry. This is all my fault.
You're sweet. You know that? You take care.
No. What's her face? Oh, sorry, Gabrielle apparently is her name.
Aya, can you hear me? Approach with caution.
Of course, sir.
Life exists beyond death.
What? I get what he means, but that is a very strange way to translate that. No, he doesn't mean the afterlife. He means life keeps going on even when people die around you. You have to keep going on. That's the idea. I just noticed, look at our clothing damage. Oh my god, look at us. Look at us. Oh my god. Also, remember, we're inside some burly dude in, like, full camo armor. Yes, DZ Maven. Look, we gotta sex it up, okay? I think we've only ever given 3 for a Plutonian. We might be challenging that. This might be the most anime grunt game we've played to date. Like, most of the time, it's mostly just kind of a minor thing or only shows up in cutscenes. This is crazy. This is drifting into audio spam territories. Yeah, new status effect. Anime grunts. But yes, we have technical issues with the positive and negative. So the HUD isn't here right now. I spent a solid hour failing to track down the issue with that. Like, I've got an error message. But the error message doesn't tell me anything. I don't think I don't already know. Oh no.
Reapers! Be careful. They warp through space and they're dangerous.
Get out. You know
no match for them right now.
Overdive out of there.
Did we just leave a guy to die? We just left a guy to die, didn't we? Oh my god. We are monsters. Oh, we're dead. What? It's okay, we have skippable cutscenes. The game's like, oh, you let the guy die, huh? Well, I'll show you. I mean, what, is this the freaking mecha spider thing? We have to damage it a little bit? But, like, I see the dialogue flat out said, you can't fight this thing, just run. So I'm like, okay. Even the objective says escape.
Get out. You're no match for them right now.
Yeah, see? Get out, you're no match for them right now. Like, I sort of assumed he meant that. Oh, I have to be faster? Did you see that? Like, we got through that time. Okay, now what? Jesus, that does damage. And that'll leave another person to die. We are evil. Yes, Ross. We are so evil. No! You saw that, right? Like, we... And it's just... And now we're trapped in here. Is there, like... Is there a way through? Yeah, you cannot stop for a second, or you're dead. Wow. I don't know, Blade Trimble. Okay. Hang on, let me jot down some negatives while we're here. Just give me a second. Yeah, the fact that we have to leave someone behind to die. It's not even like hyperbole. Ignoring the obvious logic of the game. We heard it that last attempt. The guy behind there was like, "Ah!" as the Reaper attacked him. Like, what? Oh, yeah, that's another thing. Aya Brea, the good cop, is leaving people to die in her stead. We'll find today. This is actually a legal drama, where this is just like the discovery. I mean, you could argue she has no choice, but like, really, game? Anyways, Anyway, someone asked what the score is. So right now we're at +2 to story. -10 to story, +1 to gameplay, negative, I haven't decided yet, to gameplay. We're on the first stage, by the way. I mean, did you see my last few weeks of gaming, Rex? Oh, God. Oh, God. It's okay. We got through Ultima. We got through Daggerfall. Got through Might and Magic 7. Yeah, it wasn't on camera. It was part of the RPG Lore Run series with the Lore Run-E. You know what's fascinating about Might and Magic 7? Oh yeah, Age of Empires 1 too. Forgot about that one. Thank you, Kenexio, for reminding me of that nightmare. What's fascinating about Might and Magic 7 is it starts out really good. No, I mean that. It's rough, and it has a couple of fairly major issues like enemy spam. But other than that, it was actually a decently solid dungeon crawler until you get to a certain point of the game. And it hits its sunshine syndrome really hard. I mean really hard. There's a point of the game where you have to go to the... So you can join the good guys and the bad guys, right? And then we joined the good guys. So then you have to go to the bad guy capital. Where all the enemies there will absolutely brutally murder you horribly. Do a thing, come back. Then go to the enemy capital. The enemy capital, where all the enemies will brutally murder you. Do a thing, then come back. Then you have to go to the enemy capital. You do this 4 times in a row, by the way. Then there's a part of the game, which was one of the only parts of the game I would say was actually QA tested. I'm dead serious about this. Because you have to go... Okay, so whenever you transition through zones, it takes days of in-game time. The relevance of that is buffs last hours of in-game time. So you cannot buff in a zone, transition to a second zone, and still have the buffs. Make sense? So there's a transition zone to make sure you're unbuffed, and you have to be wearing a suit which prevents you from drowning. And you cannot cast or do most attacks while wearing the suit. So the game was well designed in ensuring that you can't do anything other than run your ass off to the underwater dungeon in order to dodge all the sharks that will absolutely murder you. Then you get to the dungeon, and that was also QA tested. This is not a joke. So there's a spell in the game called Stealth, right? Or Vanish, or Invisible, or something like that. It's exactly what it sounds like. As long as you don't bump into an enemy, you can stay out of combat. Cool? Cool. You can only cast it when there's no other enemies in a fairly large radius around you. So we're there in the last dungeon, trying to shoot our way through all the enemies in there, which is very, very difficult and very time-consuming, because these things have a trillion billion health, and we're hitting for about 5 to 10 damage a strike with the best weapons in the game. And we finally clear out a space to go into a corner and cast Invis, and we can't, because there's an enemy nearby. And after some digging, we figured this out. The devs put one enemy in a room right over here, locked into the wall. So there's no way to reach this enemy. You cannot see the enemy. You cannot attack the enemy. You cannot reach the enemy. The enemy can't reach you. He's just there to prevent you from resting and casting stealth. Might and Magic 7 really sucks at a certain point, is what I'm trying to say. Early on, it was pretty cool. It was decently fun. Anyways, back to the horrible, horrible game. Let's do this. Yeah, then there's Armageddon, which is just... Okay, so take 3, I think, at this point. Hi, Elazar. Oh, excuse me.
Reapers! Be careful. They warp through space and they're dangerous.
Get out. You're no match for them right now.
Overdrive out of here.
There, did you hear the guy die? What's with the freaking... Did that one-shot me? What? What? I was just about to comment on the Raspberry Jam heart pulsing, by the way. I don't think I have any thoughts on that Saber of Life. A necessary requirement of older games. Nowadays it's just artifact design or a stylistic choice.
Get out. You're no match for them right now.
Overdive out of there.
There, you also just saw the guy's health go away, and his health box went away. Just to prove that he's dead. I don't think I'm aquaphobic, but I am, wow, bad gamophobic. See, that didn't one-shot me. Speaking of... Yes, but the point here, and the negative, Talia, is that the game kind of mandates we leave him for dead. Like, that's the game's fault, right? We didn't do anything wrong. What the crap? What the crap? How am I supposed to do that? I didn't delay a second that time. No, I'm just trapped in here. You've got to be kidding me. Okay, you know what? Hang on. Oh, goody. It's literally invincible. I don't know, Elizar. If you figure it out, let me know. Don't actually look it up. And don't share if you figure it out. I do know the answer to that question. This is stage 1, by the way. This is the first stage of the game. I just want to stress that for a moment. Let's see if there's a run button I'm missing. That's not a run button. That's not a run button. That's not a run button.
Get out. You're no match for them right now.
That's still not a run button. Whoa! I think this is faster. It's kind of hard to tell. Jesus. Barely made that. What? Wow, okay, sure, whatever. Anyways. Thank you for the sub. Off the deeper end. Always appreciate. Give me a second. I'll write that down. Age of Mythology R. Borderlands 2 and Expedition 33. Okay. Oh, this is great, Solacom. This is what you paid for. This is what you wanted. Hey, God, they're skippable. Could you imagine if I had to watch that cutscene every single time? You know, like this one, which I can't skip.
Reapers! Be careful. They work through space and they're dangerous.
Get out. You're no match for them right now.
No, I saw the soldier at the top of the ladder. It's just... There, so and we're dead. So next time I think we'll go ahead and try the right path. Because apparently the left path is just a trap.
Not yet.
Gotta get that clothing damage in. We gotta have our sexy quota. Gaming comfort food, Mega Man 2. You know, I've actually never played Parasite Eve 2, Joe the Bunny. Not on purpose, it just came out at a point in time when I didn't have the availability to game, and I never went back to it.
Get out. You're no match for them right now.
Well, we actually have a health thing in the lower right, but yes, Evo. I played one, obviously. So there was a mandate from the executives of the developer of this game to sexify it up. Do note I am not being facetious, nor am I putting words into their mouths. I have direct quotes on the matter. Okay, camera. I am not joking. I mean, earlier we had a whole discussion about jiggle physics. You know, the shame of it, Savacom. The idea of playing as, like, whoever you actually bounce into, and, like, having different abilities, or maybe different loadouts, or kits, or even just, like, appearances and stats and whatnot based on who you jump into, is actually a pretty cool idea, if you think about it. Oh, I'm out. Switch guns, you idiot! God! And then we can have, clothing damage for the guys, too. Because, you know, we can play as guys. I was hot in the first game, I'm sorry. I don't even want to hear it. There's a PS3 game, I want to say, that had body hopping as a mechanic, which also did a terrible job with it. I remember it because it struck me as like, oh, that's such a cool idea that they don't do it anyway. Mind Jack, that's the one. Yeah, no, that's the thing. We aren't really body hopping. The only thing that carries is the health. Which is a shame. But then again, considering how much this game was stripped down during development, it wouldn't surprise me if that's why, right? Like, they probably wanted to do more, they just didn't or couldn't. Oops. Oh, shoot. Okay. Oh, thank God we leveled. My mother calls that Trivial Pursuit memory. Oh yeah, Zombie U did that too. I forgot about that. I actually had Zombie U. Note to self, continue upgrading the handgun. It seems to continue being the correct choice here. Yes, give the kitty scritches from Evo, and then a shove out of your lap from me.
The Reaper's back up and running!
If they find you, it's over.
Actually, that's a good point, Mook. You're right. V Rising, you don't actually body hop, but you kind of have all of the mechanics of body hopping, don't you? Because the blood thing, which is also a great mechanic while we're on the subject. Working on it. This is a PSP game, Evo. Came out in 2010. Started development in 2007. I guess Kirby would count too, actually, now that you say that, yeah. Although we're drifting a little bit at that point, but still. It does count. Because part of the point of body hopping is level design, right? So they have to design who you have access to at a given level. Which they did in Kirby games. Good Kirby games, anyways. What do we got? What do we got? I've got... Antibody. What's antibody? What does antibody do? Defense may increase. No, Eva, I would never. Let's try. Let's see what happens if we do this, because this should level that up, right? It'll mutate, I think. Yep. But it'll mutate. Oh, it'll get rid of the gun. So it only mutates the new thing. Let's try it. See what happens. Speaking of I would never emulate, let's grab a save state just in case something goes wrong. A very unlikely act. So can I just install this over this? Yeah, I can. And then... yeah, both will mutate. Okay, I get it. So V Rising is a top-down, Diablo-like, co-op, but also PvP base builder. I know it sounds weird, but it's actually really awesome. Axe and I have been slow-mode playing through it periodically whenever it's just him and me in a given night. It's extremely cool. Yeah, it's a dope game. I actually strongly recommend it if you have any interest in it. Obviously, we're not touching the PvP with a 10-foot pole, so we're just working on our own co-op base. We've reached the point where we've started reaching out to where the other vampires are, if you know that point of the game. Check level 60-ish or something like that. That's a good question, Act. We're going to have something really terrible for that, though. Oh, yeah, actually, sorry. Hang on, Ross. Several people asked me, why is it that I decided to play the awful block first thing? So we have a tradition that whenever... It's not much of a tradition, but by God, it's tradition. So whenever we move into a new place, we have to play a terrible game to lean into it, to celebrate the new place. And interestingly enough, Mr. Red did put these games on the list. Ooh, yes. Are these straight upgrades, or... Yeah, these look like straight upgrades. I already reviewed your demo, Evo. It was good, shush. What do I do to unlock new parts, I wonder? There is a reason the score isn't displayed. I don't know what that reason is. Well, let me say that more clearly. So the script that automatically updates the HUD is borked, and I don't know why. So, in the absence of that working, it's just off. Yeah, by the way, we have armor on. Could you believe it? See, the really strange thing is, near as I can tell, nothing's changed. I haven't updated Python. I haven't updated Windows. The hard drives are in the same place. The files are in the same place. Like, nothing has changed. And yet it is no longer working. And I do not understand at all. And unfortunately, the person who wrote that script isn't in our Discord anymore. And I'm not even sure if they watch the show at this point. I may have to actually commission someone to write a replacement script. Innocence wrote it.
Look out! A frontal attack is just going to get you killed.
Aim for the front legs to stop its movement.
Well, I was until I died. The last time Innocence spoke in the Discord was 2 years ago now. Respect him on that. Wow, that's just an insta-kill. I actually do have the exact code, yes. Obviously. It was a great quality of life script. I'm very sad that it doesn't work anymore. Okay, so apparently I cannot dodge roll that. Okay. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to dodge that then. I should probably pop this while I have the weakness.
I want it done. Everything has a weakness. Find it.
Well,
You have to find and attack its weak spot.
okay. Hammered it.
Go to where you can find a clear view.
Working on it.
Everything has a weakness. Find it.
Aya, you have to find and attack its weak spot.
I want to shoot these people.
You're in a good position.
Wait a minute. What about those spiral things on its back?
Aya, attack it.
You heard him. Attack it. What actually runs the script? I pull up the command, CMD, and I type lore2.py. So I guess command line would be the answer to your question. I have heard that people are unhappy about the Halo 1 remake. Excuse me, the second Halo 1 remake. Quick rundown. And no, I don't have any real interest in running it, but if you add it, whatever. As long as it's on the PC. Yeah, the Master Chief Collection was not that long ago. I don't remember how long, but it wasn't that long ago. You know what this reminds me of? In FF13, where your damage doesn't really do damage, it just staggers, and then you stagger, and then you do real damage. Like, it's not exactly the same thing, but it sure feels like it. Whoops. Very strange. See, we were getting like 8 fragments, Hero White Noise, which is part of why I was like, that's it? Considering the development time of this game... oh, by the way, this game took 3 years to make. Which probably doesn't sound like a lot, but again, that's kind of not insubstantial given the era. And the fact that it involved 2 separate studios. And was bleeding over into the development of multiple other games, including Type 0. There we go. So there's the stagger damage I just mentioned. Also true of Von Falkenstein. That was the exact same problem Xenogears ran into. Like, Xenogears was upped off of the knees because it's like, no, we can't spend more than 2 years on a game. Screw you. Yeah, this is not a great boss battle. This is... Oh, it varies too much, to give a number. See, the problem is the answer is when it's done. But the problem with that is some people have misused and abused that phrase to mean not what it actually means. If you, as a manager, cannot tell when your project is actually done, you have no right to be managing the game. Put simply. Like, that's the manager's job. That's what they should be doing there. Did someone kill my bot already? Someone did actually kill my bot. Holy crap. That bot's working fine, of course. Let's never do that again. I'd say there are a few exceptions, but they do tend to be exactly that, exceptions. This was a rated M for mature. And you could probably guess why. Glenn was screaming when he died. It was horrible. Yeah, I don't even know how to... This is going to sound strange. I actually had the exact same thought, Moog. And I went to update Python. And I couldn't figure out how to. And I was running out of time, and I was already like an hour late to stream, and I finally was just like, okay, whatever. New assault rifle. No one has been able to help me yet. And no one ever will. No, Python... So you're supposed to do like a slash command. It's like you go into command line, you go dash, EIP, update, argument, or something like that. And that's kind of how you update. The strange thing, doubly strange thing, is that Python is supposed to self-update. Like that should be built into the bot, the Wily bots. So I'm not actually sure. Maybe it did update and maybe that broke something? Kind of saying. Nope, still having the same issue. If you're wondering, Moog, what's supposed to happen is... hang on, let me stop the moaning for a second. It's my job, Chatterbox. So the specific... So it's supposed to connect to the Google Doc. Then it checks for how many lines are there, and then it outputs that into 4 completely separate text files, which I then translate into OBS. Okay, so like when I pull these up here, this is just reading an actual TXT. All 4 of these are 4 separate TXTs. Make sense? The thing is, the error message I'm getting is keyword for gameplay negative, gameplay positive, story negative, and story positive could not be found. And I can't figure out why. I've actually been looking at the code. I spent some time perusing code myself because I'm actually semi-familiar with Python. And I couldn't figure out where the error was even actually happening. Because, you know, those 4 variables are defined, clearly, and exist. And nothing's changed to change them, and the TXT is still there, and the document hasn't changed, and I don't know where has changed to suddenly make it so it can't pull those 4 variables. But I can put this money towards Overlord. 1, Red Dead Redemption 2, and Grim Fandango. Thank you, as always, 10-headed Hydra. Much appreciate. It's still doing it. It's so strange. And I don't have an alternative. Like, other than just doing it manually, which is obviously just a nightmare escape. One second. Oh, she's 100% weaker, Triaxia. Like, I don't know what they were doing with the gun design in this. Is how I'm going to put that. It's very. I'll tell you exactly what it is, Triaxia. I will. It's the stagger mechanic. That's what it is, which we were just talking about. So there's this. They really wanted you to stagger and then use that dive attack to actually do the real damage. And that's the direction they wanted with it. And that's why our basic attacks feel like we're just plinking. Keep in mind, I'm playing on enemies have less health mode. Think about that as we're going through this. I'm dead serious. I turned down the enemy health. Yeah.
Please don't move. You're not her.
Got a match. Her name is Emily Jefferson.
I came to tell you something about your dream. I'm sure you know. That poor girl. You have to remember. Remember where it all started, sis. Time 0. Try.
What are you doing? Shoot her!
Random words. Oh. Okay. A second boss immediately after the first one.
What's that?
Sweet.
I'm analyzing the data. This is unbelievable.
Please help.
Aya, this Twisted is a badass. Be careful.
But I literally just fought a boss. Literally.
Then don't feel fear.
Focus on the target.
Yeah, let me shoot this whirlwind a bunch really quick first here. Oh, wait. See what I mean? I literally cannot damage the boss. I can only do damage with the dive attack. It's the frickin' stagger thing. It's the frickin' stagger thing. Oh, wait. I did damage. Oh my god, I did damage. I've never been so happy to do damage to a boss.
Focus on the target.
You also get chips from jumping into enemies, by the way, if you didn't see that either.
I'm going in.
Agreed, Xavier. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of stagger mechanics. Well, what we mean when we say stagger mechanics. Wow, that was over half my health from one hit. That's impressive, honestly. And I'm just dead now. He just walked into me and killed me. They get me hit, Talia. Does that count? More than 3 times. Jesus. No, it was a good idea. It's just, yeah, that's what it accomplishes. I got it. Oh my god, look at my outfit. Look at my outfit. Oh my god. I just noticed because I was focusing on the health bars. That, wow. Yeah, we're down to booty shorts and a mid and like a bra.
I'm going in. Shoot!
Regenerating while I'm just sitting here unable to hit him.
I'm going in.
And yes, the boss is also... There we go. So you have to provoke the dive, Funfunction. You can't just dive on its own. So, in other words, it's the opposite of what you just said. You have to vuln it to dive into it. Unless you mean, like, in order to make it so I can shoot it regularly, in which case, yeah, you're right. I'm gonna be real honest with you. I don't know what I did to stagger it so I could dive into it. Like, I don't know what made that happen.
Focus on the target.
I don't know what the game wants from me here. Time? Shots? I don't know.
What did you...
What? Less irritating than the last boss. Not saying much, but still.
A girl who looks like me. The world is changing.
What? Also, yeah, that's what happens. Literally every second of every day.
A dream?
No, Cloud transitioned into lightning. Don't forget.
Christmas Eve? Does this mean that I've been sent back?
I am. Go to the Spanish Harlem 3 days ago. Cray died and I want him back.
Cray's dead? What happened?
The Bureau won't authorize that kind of mission. This is one dangerous monster. Who knows what it's capable of?
It's pure evil, man. Hunter Boss Owen.
You look like you've seen a ghost.
Boss, don't do this!
Collecting data's important, huh? I don't have time for this.
Please, this is a crucial time. We can't lose Cray now.
We'll go elsewhere. Besides, she doesn't need to hear what we have to say. After all, it's like she's one of them.
What? What? Oh man, this mystery is so good. I am so. What? Sorry, what? Me too, Ross. Isn't it gonna be great? I'll get to play Super Metroid this Friday. I need to look something up really quick. Oh, I did. Remember, I've played this game before. Although, I'll be honest, I didn't remember all the details because it's been like 15 years or something like that. Oh my god. Oh my god. You want a damning in... So there's two things I've noticed over my years that are damning indicators of a game. One is that very few people speedrun it. The other is very few people have walkthroughs of it. There are 2 speedrunners for this game. There is 1 walkthrough for this game on GameFAQs. That is damning. That is horrific. Because you have to understand, for those who are not aware, like, truly awful games usually are awful because of programming issues, right? Which you can then you take advantage of, right? And exploit. So that tends to lead to a high speedrunning interest. Like, awful games block is a tradition at GDQ for a reason, right? This is just... Anyways. Speaking of which, I couldn't figure out how to load that card, Savicum. I need to try that again now that I'm on my computer. How fast could I beat Dread? Oh, I don't know. I like to 100% too much, so I might not actually be a good person to do that. So I don't know. Pretty fast, I'm sure. Like if I actually was just focusing on any percent. Okay, hang on. So I need to look up the names of some of these bosses that we just fought so I can write them down. So the any percent run for this game is 2 hours long, which is really slow, actually, all things considered. Now, having said that, there is a New Game Plus run, which is 1 hour long, which is still kind of long for a game that is this relatively short. Like, we'll probably beat this game tomorrow. We're already about a third of the way through the game, for a bit of perspective. Sorry, where this is so... Okay. So there's the Reaper, blah, 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 blah. Slackers, Reaper, Red Floating Ball. Okay, so the Helix was the first boss. The second boss was named Emily Jefferson. The second... What? No, there's no secret ending that I'm aware of, Zara. If there is, we'll YouTube it. But I sincerely doubt there is one. Okay. We're now level 6. I still don't know what levels mean. Like, I don't... There's no information on... There's no feedback on what a level does, yeah. There's achievements? Episode 2. Lost Soul. Yeah, that's me.
Once the data has been analyzed, the big orb will be destroyed. That's it. You got it?
Understood, sir. The goal is to save Cray and to destroy the big orb.
I thought there was only supposed to be one goal. If I only understood the organization like I understand codes.
You can complain when you're the boss. Can you handle it?
No problem, sir.
The boss wants this place to fall apart so he can go back to his real job. He doesn't really believe that the past can be changed.
Then let's prove it. Or I should say, have Aya prove it.
Who will take Cray's place?
Gabrielle.
You can use me when you go back in time. Please, help Cray.
Sure. I will use you.
Aya. I know you like what you see, but I'm taken.
Your practice scores are Gabby 29, Aya 1, right?
Yeah, she took one from me. I know you can do this, Aya.
They're so... Oh my god! Look at us! We went back to clothing damage. Oh my god. Part of the clothing damage is a push-up bra. Look at our cleavage. It's gotten bigger. It's been shoved up. I'm not joking. Okay. Someone do exclamation mark next. Really quick. Oh no, this is yeah. Thank you everyone for staying quiet, those of you who've played this game. Okay, so third birthday. Yeah, we're playing Echo next. So yeah, we're probably gonna play Echo hopefully on Wednesday. That's the goal. Let's see. You know what? Yeah, this should be the thumbnail. Just. Oh my god. Okay. Let's get a bite out of this mission before we start the before I go grab lunch. So yellow, blue, orange. I don't have a blue orange. What is odds? What does that mean? Obtain higher quality over energy chips. Oh god, Tully, I can't. I think I mentioned this earlier, but I was actually Zero off the deep end. I was practicing my recitation of the story to my sister as we were driving around yesterday. Because let me tell you, this game's story, I guess ending, really, it's the outro, has stuck in my head for 15 years. Let's do it down here. Let's see what this does. So it's gonna level up. So it's just gonna cancel out the one, but it's gonna level the other one. So let's go ahead and How do I... Can I, like, get rid of this? Is that a thing I can do? Is there a way to, like, get... I can only get rid of the entire board? Oh my god, that's awful. Okay. No, everyone... I know several people in chat have played this game. I appreciate y'all for keeping your mouths shut. Thank you, everyone. This is something that deserves to be appreciated. Okay, so that's going to level that up. And that gives us our luck up. And I do want luck up. So... let's do that. Although I will say this, you can just tell that this guy over here is the final boss, right? And you know why? There's actually a very specific reason. It's very simple. You see this guy right here? See him? See him?
Mission objective is to find Thelonious Cray and destroy the big orb, located in the Spanish Harlem, 3 days ago. The first thing you'll do is dive into a SWAT officer.
Yes, sir.
You mentioned before that you changed the past, and that was what led to Cray's death. Is that true?
Yes. It was my fault.
Do note you're not missing anything. Like, you didn't skip anything. They're just presuming that we changed the past, and now Cray's dead, and we know that for some reason, and we were taking ownership of that for some reason.
In the previous world, this incident never happened and Cray never died, right? And this part's the hardest to believe, but... the boss died instead?
Yes. That's right.
There's no reason for her to lie. However, the boss is more alive than ever and Cray's gone. Blank, what do you think?
CTI without the boss would be heaven. An endless budget for my research.
That's not exactly the answer I was expecting.
I know. She could be right, and our memories could be rewritten along with the time-space alteration.
Your memories aren't rewritten. Things happened differently. That's how time works, you moron. You are time traveling!
What?
Alone in a world where no one, not even you, knows your past. A soul lost in time.
God, I hate this guy.
I believe you when you say you've changed the past. And I trust you can do it again.
Anyways, he's got a mullet.
I want Cray back, whatever the cost. I have faith in you. I know you can do this, Aya.
So yeah, she actually is wearing underwear. You can see it on her left butt cheek there. There's a sentence I never thought I'd say on this show.
What exactly happened 3 days ago?
Yeah, let's just get on with this. Mission 2 of 7, by the way. So actually, this is mission 3 of 7, but whatever. Can we repair our clothing? Like, is that an option?
Dive into Gabriel's body for your mission.
Gabby was on a sniping mission 3 days ago. If you succeed, the situation will be completely different. We'll try to find a strategy to destroy the battle while checking up on Cray.
Yeah, name a character with a mullet who isn't a villain. Without going to 80s action flicks. Now the Reaper, of course.
Coordinated stinker attack?
Yeah, out of the blue. It wasn't fair.
Gabrielle failed, but I know you can do it, Aya.
Sir, that's a bit harsh.
You can never be too careful if you want to stay alive. I can't emphasize how careful you have to be.
Oh god, I can't jump off. I have to take the...
Focus on the target. Not yet.
I guess it's just because the other guns suck so much, Trihexia, I haven't been bothered.
Focus on the target.
I've also been upgrading my pistol as much as I can. I would like to say I appreciate the fact that the party members can actually do damage, but they only really do damage when you tell them to. And the only way they do damage, if you tell them to, is if you don't do damage for a while. So you sit here,
I'm going in.
then you hit a button, then they do damage. Honestly, it wouldn't even be worth it if not for the fact that it adds the stagger.
Focus on the target. I'm going in. Please help. Focus on the target.
Good night, Eva. Get some good sleep. I hope you have a good evening when you get there.
I'm going in. Help.
If I can, Blade Tavel, I don't know how to do it. That's the honest answer. I hit the wrong button there. That's my fault.
I'm going in.
Dang it.
Focus on the target. I'm going in. Please help.
I also occasionally heal, like as a random proc whenever I jump into something.
Focus on the target. Shoot.
What? Are you sure, Ross? Oh, you know what? Sabacom's got a good point. It would be a crime
I'm going in. Please help.
to put her clothing back on. We done? Well, of course we're not.
Looks like we got company. Contact! Ready to top one!
Rovers, watch out for the lights they emit.
Focus on the
The
target.
light will paralyze you if you get caught.
Everyone is dead.
This is Cassius Pinslon. Wow, there's like no dodging that at all.
Gabby from 3 days ago should be headed there now.
It's just, wow, there is no dodging that. Honestly, I'd kind of rather be playing Daggerfall than this.
I'm going in. Please help.
By the way, the enemy health is also lower in this mode.
Focus on the target. I'm going in. Please help.
Flashing lights warning, Jesus.
Everyone's scared of those eyes that can see into your soul. But I know who those eyes belong to.
Can I help you?
A lost little girl who was left behind. So I decided something. I decided to protect Aya. Whatever the cost may be.
Mr. Ed would like this game. Oh, she died while I was talking. Whoops.
Gabrielle, I need you!
Be gentle. I don't want any wounds or scars.
No promises. Then we pop out in our turbo battle damaged bikini. Okay, I'm okay. Let me jot down some thoughts really quick before I yeah, I'm a new person. Well, no, she can't do that. That would be a little bit higher rating, so it's like down here, right? Around the waist area. Ah, okay. Okay, so let's give that a negative. Oh, let's also give this a negative. Here, hang on. I need to think. I'm falling behind the negatives. There's so many negatives. Give me a second. Savagam is correct, actually. For various reasons, which I will not bore you with right now. Like, it's considered cheap, arguably crass, to just show more skin. Like, if you ever seen one of those bikinis that's just a thin line here and then a thin line down there, that's not hot. That's a woman who's naked. Functionally, right? There is design to accenting the female form, or the male form, for that matter. There's design into fashion. There are literal centuries of work done to try and do things to make someone, like, to design something that looks good on someone. If you want them to be naked, then they're naked, right? Like, it's the same thing. Comic books actually had this issue for years, because a lot of comic book characters would wear skin tights, right? Catsuits. And the thing is, if there's a character wearing a skin tight suit, then what they are is they are naked, functionally speaking. They have no clothing on. The artist just draws the body, gets rid of the naughty bits, and then paints the body, right? That's what that is in practical terms. And that's why, you have that. Yeah, Nightwing is actually a good example of a male example of this. Because Nightwing is very sexified in pretty much everything he's in. You know, I would say so, yeah, Archeon. Third birthday, because it took us 3 years to make. Okay. I do, Alex Brown. I have already jotted down that negative. Twice. We've actually given negatives for oversexualization before. I'll be honest, you have to go what I would consider to be pretty far to earn that negative. But I mean, honestly, just look at this nonsense. Okay, hang on. ISE just got back to me about the Python thing. Give me 1 second. See, what's really strange, you're going to make fun of me for this, Galaxy. So Dead or Alive, the fighting games would probably get that negative. Dead or Alive beach volleyball wouldn't. No, I mean that. Dead or Alive beach volleyball, that's what you're there for, right? That's the selling point. That is right what's on the tin. Yeah, yeah, that's what you're... Duh, right? Animation Plus. Actually, no. Sorry, they go in different directions, don't they? But, like, if it's in something like this, or Dragon Age, which is a game we've given that negative before, more than once. Okay, let me do something here really quick. Technically, yes, it is Lord Harriman. Yeah, Bayonetta probably... Like, I can't imagine Bayonetta 1 or 2, I haven't played 3, would get that negative. Not sure about the third one. Then again, I'm actually more familiar with 2 than 1. So it looks like Google did change something on their back end, according to ISE. So I'm looking for art. There it is. Docs model chunk equals. I know, Blade Developed, shocking. So docs model chunk. Docs model chunk equals, and then we need to add chunk modifier here. And then go to the end bracket. Save, and let's try it. Let's see if it works. It works! Holy crap. That worked, comma. Thank you very much. Exclamation mark. Okay. Yes, thanks to ISE. I will later reach out to ISE and, like, fund something as a thank you for that. Yeah, the music was perfectly cute for that. Okay, so here's the HUD. For those of you who've been wondering, this is the score right now. It's, Okay. Kill the music. Back to the wonderful, engaging gameplay. So we just hopped into... Oh, right. I wanted to give a negative for the Gabriella thing, too. Okay, him. I know Blade Tyrell, like, oh my gosh, okay.
Okay, you're in control of Gabby. Aim the sniper rifle by using the scope.
Yeah, that's a thing I know how to do.
That's good. Now, get the enemy in the middle of the scope and shoot.
Oh, that's how you shoot someone, is you get them in the middle of the scope and then shoot. Jesus Christ. He seriously just said that.
Good job, Aya.
He seriously just said that.
Going to attack the Babel. There's a SWAT team waiting for you.
And no, I don't.
Dive, Aya.
All right, let's go. Move out. Yes, sir. Roger.
Aya, can you hear me? Good luck. Chief, can you hear me? I hear you were able to convince the boss into letting us try and help Cray.
What? But that's the Gabriella in the past, who doesn't yet know that we had to go back to this moment, which is 3 days ago, in order to save Cray.
Of course, he's family.
What did you...
Aya. What did he say? I can't hear him.
Cray's family. That's what it sounded like.
Huh. And here I thought he was an eternal bachelor.
Gabrielle, I can hear you.
What does... What? What does being... And then we're back to body damage. What does being a bachelor have anything to do with anything? He's like family. And I thought he was an eternal I'm sorry. Really think about that sequence of lines, okay? Brigwin's like family. But I thought she was an eternal bachelor. What? Should I even mention that this is literally an end of the world scenario, by the way? I don't know if you caught that. I don't know if you caught the fact that the world is literally being destroyed. It's easy to miss.
Requesting backup!
Here come the stinkers. Watch out for the poison clouds.
How do you dodge something that's covering the entire area?
Clouds and keep going.
What? Okay.
Focus on the target.
Sir, there's one that looks kind of different from the others.
There's a good chance that's the one emitting the clouds.
Aya, I'm sending you its data. You can find it through your scope.
Okay. Oh yeah, sniper mechanics with a controller. My favorite thing. Still don't know what levels do. I need to look that up too.
What the hell are the marksmen doing?
What's left? That's whatever, I'm out of ammo now.
What the hell are the marksmen doing?
Affects life and damage of the overdrive. Okay, sure. That barely qualifies as RPG mechanics at that point.
What the hell are the marksmen doing?
Okay, clearly it wants me to go up somewhere. The only way to go up is over here, so up we go. Up, 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 up. No?
What the hell are the marksmen doing?
Where's the one I'm missing? I can even see it on the radar, but I can't seem to see it elsewise. What am I looking for? Where is it? Right? Like, you can see it on the minimap. Take out the fog belchers up above. Okay. What? Oh god. Am I just an IGN reviewer? Is this what this is? Like, I don't know what the game wants me to be here. We're gonna go the other way. See if there's anything this way.
What the hell are the marksmen doing?
Okay, let's try going down. That's the one thing I haven't done yet. Yep, nope, okay, this was a terrible idea. Fair, glitchable.
What the hell are the marksmen doing?
Ha! Aha! Ha! I'm not even sure, Takleta. I honestly just lucked out into finding that one. I just happened to randomly look up from the red spot, and yeah, I just happened to see one. No, I do not, Mr. Red.
What the hell are the marksmen doing?
I swear to God, dude. they're just up somewhere. Hey, PM Triox. Welcome to the 3rd birthday. I'm your host. Yeah! The goal, Lord Hermot. This game will join the annals of like Kingsfield 4 now. There we go. Jeez, though, it did not want to jump down. Look, have you seen some of the stuff I'm shooting here, PM Triox? I'm just saying. Oh yeah, that's your movement when in super mode, by the way, is that teleporting thing, which is like exactly as disorienting as it looks. Ah, thank you for the sub, Equalitas. But I didn't see what you want to put that towards. So if you know what you want to put that towards, please let me know. Yeah, because this is around Mass Effect 2. So just imagine for a moment. I know that there's one of my viewers who doesn't care for it, but imagine for a moment you're playing Mass Effect 2. And immediately after finishing Mass Effect 2, you play this. Like, you're like, I want another cover-based shooter. I got an idea. Let's play 3rd Birthday. Please go Vuln so I can kill you. There we go. Jeez, please. Yeah, I have yet to figure out how to heal her clothing. I don't know to put it. I've already done some tests, and dodging does not give you iframes, so other than moving slightly faster, I'm not sure what the point of it is.
Aya, you're almost done. Keep up the good work.
There are orbs up ahead. If you destroy them all, you should be able to progress.
Yeah, I know. That's been the central mechanic of the entire game. Jesus Christ. Garrison Thane. That's hysterical, Bragon. Okay, so... Ooh, we got a rare DNA. What's that do? Reduced life recovery speed. Screw that nonsense. Ooh, 2 things with illness. I'm not gonna do that. God damn it, Carolines. No. No. Let's just make that go away. Listen, I'm just saying I'd let Garrus take me. I'm just gonna be honest about that. I need to level my handgun more. Okay, so I guess that's what unlocks parts. I'm curious what gives you gun experience. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Protected gear. Ah, repair damage. It costs in-game currency to repair damage. And it's purely cosmetic. I'm still gonna do it, but Jesus Christ. Like, it costs to repair clothing damage. My handgun's level 3 now. I wonder why.
Black, what's the situation up ahead?
I'm detecting enemies everywhere.
Think back to the hardest battle of your life. This will be even worse.
Thanks for the pep talk.
You can't do this. This mission will be over.
Yes, I understand how that works.
There's no way you can do this alone. Move the troops to advantageous positions and use over.
Get ready for a long one!
At least I'm not staring at her ass cheeks anymore. Have you noticed how destroy the orbs is the only mission objective that doesn't involve killing a boss so far?
A lifesaver. We can use the satellite.
Granted, we're only on mission 2, but still, that brings us to a grand total of 2 mission types so far.
Use the satellite as a weapon to shoot lasers.
And near as I can tell, cover doesn't really seem to be doing much. Since I don't know if you've noticed, almost every enemy has melee attacks. And again, that didn't do anything. Spoke too soon. These are called Twisted. They haven't explained what these are yet. Some kind of monster things. Change my pose because it's starting to hurt my hand. No, Kinetic Scout. Don't worry. There is an explanation. I know what that explanation is. We'll get there when we get there.
Keep your aim steady. You can take out all the enemies in range at once.
Not yet.
Spitter. And of course they're respawning, why wouldn't they be? Oh crap, game. Can't tell if I'm hitting those. Kinda looks like I am. There we go. No, enemies drop nothing, and there's no healing outside of bouncing between people.
I'm diving inside the Babel.
Wait, I haven't analyzed the data.
I'm going.
What did we dive into exactly? What? And on that bombshell.